Okay, and we're live. Hello, everyone. Happy Australia Day. And that's for everyone in Australia, as we are a nation of citizens. As I know a lot of people like to call us a nation of immigrants, but the fact is we're not. We're a nation of citizens that deserve to be protected as citizens as well. So happy Australia Day. I've got my little Australia Day hat.
Love it. And good morning, everyone. Yeah. It's early. This is one of the earliest streams I've done so far, but it's a good time to get on it. I've got the window open. We've got some birds outside waking up. Good time to do it. And like DC says, we're a nation. We're a melting pot of citizens. You know, I'm a migrant to Australia myself. Migrated from Scotland. And also respect to the Indigenous people of this country as well, who the OG carnivores of Australia. So it's a fantastic country and like I say, a fantastic melting pot of cultures.
Well, everyone that lives here in Australia should have the same respect and the same rights. So as a nation of citizens, we are all here for a reason. I was born here. I'm like third, fourth generation. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
and so right.
Except for my mother, actually, my mother was English, but apart from that, fourth generation.
Very cool.
There we are. So we are at Australia Day today. So I'm just going to give you we're going to start off with a bit of footage from Australia's past, and we'll talk about growing up in Australia with and. They're going through the junk food booms and things like that we'll be talking about as well. Okay. So just a shout out to everyone. Just say hello and thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. And especially if you're here in Australia, it's very early in the morning. Not sure where you are in other parts of the world, but here we go. So let's start with this here.
What have we got, DC?
Let's see. Is it going to play? What's it doing? Okay.
Hey, Jonathan.
Issue there. Let's try this one.
Oh, it's 7 a.m. Technical difficulties come with the territory, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, come on. What's going on here?
The old black screen.
All right. Are you all going to go black screen today? What's wrong with these damn things? Seriously.
It was working on the last stream. I'm sure you're not doing nothing different.
No. Okay, maybe I'll just bring it up again. And let's see, here we go. We got, all right, there we go. Okay, this is Melbourne, 1966.
Look at that.
Even then, Melbourne's quite built up,
Yeah, yeah. Where I am, Brisbane, where we are, Brisbane was a backwater in the 60s.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, still had a lot of dirt roads. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's the milkman.
Yeah, old milkman.
He looks lean and fit because he's
going while he's running.
He's lean and fit. He's drinking raw milk and he's keeping himself active.
Yeah, that was usually some of the fittest people around. The old milkman. Drinking raw milk all the time, and they were constantly running. Yeah.
I remember the taste of milk in the 80s. We used to have it at school. They used to give us milk at school every day. It had this sort of pretty raw, almost sour taste when it was left in the sun for a while. But yeah, I still remember it. We loved it.
Let me go back here a second. Yeah. You see, there's you can see that street there, and pretty much most of those cars there are all Australian made.
So you got Holden's, Fords,
Yeah,
made in
Holden and
Australia.
Ford. I mean, they're offshore companies, but they're actually, the factories and everything, they were actually Australian made. You don't see that anymore. There's pretty much
So I
nothing
believe
made.
Holden was affiliated with Vauxhall for international use.
Vauxhall but it was owned by General Motors, generally speaking.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But Holden was the Australian affiliate for General Motors.
So these people would have been largely consuming, the classic Australian diet at that point was like meat and 2 veg, right? So you'd have the main feature of your meal was meat, and then there'd be a bit of veggie on the side. There'd be no seed oils.
Yeah, and look at them.
There'd be butter and lard, and everyone's looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's right. Back then in the 60s, they were all using butter, lard, tallow, and that sort of stuff. So all animal fats.
Look at that shot.
Where's the obesity problem?
Healthy looking population.
Yeah, very healthy looking population
in practically every shot.
Yeah,
and anyone that was obese would have been an outlier.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah,
and they were probably just someone with a real food problem.
Yeah, fairly low carb diet.
Yeah, there would have been a little bit of bread or toast for breakfast, and
not much though.
Not much, no. And it would have been more. It would have been a 3 meal a day thing. There would have been a lot less snacking. You've got less snack machines, less chocolate bars in your face, less advertising on that front.
Yeah, but they're great shots.
This is terrific footage.
Yeah, it's really good.
There's the Milko.
See if I can bring up the other one. Oops, wrong button.
We need a dedicated person to do this stuff for us.
Thanks, so.
Any volunteers for next time?
Yeah. This is Sydney. And this is the same. This is from the 60s. And and look at it. Have a look at these people. Yeah. So that was just a nice short one there. But the difference in the population it's staggering. People.
It truly is.
The diet they keep telling us now that causes obesity is eating fat, but these people all survived on fat, animal fat, and look at them, completely different. And it's amazing how much we have lost, how the population has grown in size, obesity and all the rest of it, just in the last 50 years.
Yeah. And that's when the messaging began.
That's right.
All the commercials promoting sugar.
Yeah.
And junk, and obviously junk food really hit the country pretty hard in the 80s with the American companies moving on in.
This is the prime quality wheat tip-top shoes.
Well, this is what changed.
Here it is. Here it is.
Natural way, so the loaf rises to perfection with that fresher,
one of the most addictive foods in the world, wheat.
We can't say other bread is as good or
so they make these commercials
fresher, tastier quality.
That was probably margarine getting spread on that bread, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But actually, that next one's really good. But listen to the end of this one.
Fresher, tastier flavor of tip-top Swiss-made bread. We can't say other bread is as good or tastes as good, so trust the tip-top promise of fresher.
See, hear that? We can't promise that it is as good or better than other breads, but trust the tip-top number one. Just trust them.
Bottle of milk, thanks.
Low fat, no fat, full cream, high calcium, high protein soy, light skim, omega-3, high calcium with vitamin D and folate or extra dollop.
I just want milk that tastes like real milk.
This tastes like full cream milk. And only 2% fat.
Yeah, you see here, here's part of the low fat, bombardment.
Yeah.
So
It's quite a witty ad, but the message is awful.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a bit of a tummy. Here's some low-fat milk. Here's some
exactly. Yeah, fat causes
here's some
the
milk
tummy,
with all the fat, all the goodness skimmed off, and some water added.
That's right, and that's what the whole low-fat, propaganda was all about. Fat makes you fat. But with these milks are a great example. When you go low-fat milk, have a look at how much sugar they add to it. They're full of sugars.
Yeah, there's a brand of skim milk. Skim milk here called Trim. The name of the brand is Trim.
Yeah. I'm tired of being patient. And speaking of low fat, do you remember this one?
I do remember. Yeah. I haven't seen this one for years, but yes, I do.
Hello, me. I just need to know you're looking after yourself. I am looking after myself.
Healthy choice dinners.
Healthy choice.
Fat-free. Healthy choice.
97% fat-free. Yeah, that's the same as
and seed oils too.
Yeah, that's right. Full of seed oils and their sauces and things like that. But that's the same as the candy wrapper. The candy like bags of candy you buy in the 90s, and even now, like they'll say like 99.9% fat-free. Like a bag of candy is okay to eat because it's got no fat in it. And of course, you get these commercials. Of course, these Hollywood celebs eat this stuff, so it's all good for you to eat too. Yeah.
Sort of mellow style like you'd be out in the town.
I can't. Look.
Don't panic. They're not for you. They're for me.
Two large pizzas, only $15.90. Phone 131166.
Yeah.
Just look at these delicious new flavoured chips from Bird's Eye. Seasoned and crispy on the outside and hot fluffy potato on the inside. They make a great tasting hot snack. Thanks for leaving some for me.
Snack.
Oven fries, yeah. It's a snack.
It's not even a meal, it's a snack. I haven't had a snack in 9 months.
Pre-oiled potatoes.
Yeah.
Done in the oven with seed oils.
Yeah.
They've got these great kids club meals that even my parents would approve of.
This is part of the worst thing. Obviously, they're deliberately targeting children. They give them a prize, a present, a little toy or something.
And they make it really cheap.
Yeah, make it super cheap. And every time you go somewhere, the kids are asking parents, let's get a Happy Meal, let's get this and let's get that.
When you see something irresistible, don't you get that urge to bite? Like when you see the soft waves of Viennetta.
Oh God, Viennetta.
And you want to just sink into those.
That was one of my weaknesses when I was young. I love that stuff. And that's the
worst. Ice cream,
Yeah, and that's the worst of ice cream too. It's not even real ice cream.
No, that's right. Well, none of it really is it? Not these days.
Introducing a new range of special pasta sauces.
I mean, these things. I mean, I don't know anyone that doesn't like ice cream. I've never met anyone that doesn't like ice cream. It's one of the most intoxicating foods. It really is. But now, most of it's sugar and seed oils. Very, very little. Few of them actually have milk, full fat milk.
Sun-dried tomatoes is a blend of extra virgin olive oil, Parmesan cheese, real pine nuts, sun-dried tomatoes, and fresh basil.
Pine nuts, man. I hate pine nuts. It tastes rancid.
Cookie or pasta.
Well, they are.
To enjoy the special taste of Italy. The new Dolmio Prima range.
And this is the thing, DC, right? So all these commercials, these are from a time as well when TV was part of the cultural fabric of society. So everyone, if you weren't doing something else recreationally, you'd be sitting in front of the television watching this stuff. So I've said this before, but the society didn't really stand a chance.
No,
this is complete indoctrination.
Yeah, I mean we've been
and set us on the wrong path.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they deliberately did this because they want to keep us addicted to TV, you know. And you have a look at, remember the footage from Melbourne and Sydney in the 60s. Very few people sort of actually sat and watched TV. You know?
Yeah, it was like I say, it was part of it was cultural fabric. It was, you know, what you did with your family.
That's right.
Of an
it's
evening,
amazing
you know?
how much it's changed in just 50 years. You know, the 50s and 60s, people were still reading. They would still read a lot. Then you get the 70s, and there was not so much. And then 80s was like a huge TV boom.
Yeah.
And of course, along with that came the junk food boom. You know, because everyone's watching TV, all these commercials. You know, and they had a lot of commercials between in the shows that everyone liked to watch. Yeah, breakfast, of course, is the most important meal of the day. Get the corn, yeah.
Get the horse. Find the honey. Let's eat.
Cereal, man.
I mean, it's just not even food. It's just non-food.
Yeah, that's right. None of it.
Give it a catchy name.
Yeah.
Introducing a
Babies,
new
I think
range
they're
of
owned by
special pasta
Sanitarium,
sauces.
which is, of course, owned by the Seventh-day Adventists, which, of course, all their religious BS that goes around from behind it, which is always a scam anyway.
Yeah, well, it's all commercial interests, money making.
Coca-Cola has spent more money on nutritional studies than any other governing body, like in Australia. Like,
biscuits.
Yeah.
That's still, if you're in hospital these days, they'll still come around with biscuits for you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, when I was going through treatments, they'd have a trolley full of cakes, biscuits, all these chocolate bars, and everything else that you can think of, even cake and soft drinks.
This program was brought
just
to you
crazy.
by CC's. Ye can't say.
Ooh, I love a Whopper. Ooh, I love a Whopper. Ooh, I love that plain grilled beef. Gotta have a Whopper. What a hungry stopper. Nothing else does it for me. Only hungry
You got this obese guy dancing for Hungry Jack. Great commercial.
Head for a Whopper ride. Hungry Jacks. Ooh, I love a Whopper. What a hungry stopper. Only Jacks does it for me.
Even the commercials are starting to get fatter.
Yeah.
KFC are brought back hot and spicy.
KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken there.
KFC's two-piece beef.
The original's been around for so
chicken,
long.
chips, potato and gravy, a bread roll, and a Pepsi, all for just
Baked potato and gravy and everything.
So they changed the name to KFC from Kentucky Fried Chicken because they wanted to do away with the word fried because it was considered unhealthy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just
The word fried got some bad connotations with it. Fried food is bad for you. It is these days because it's all fried in secondhand oils.
Yeah, the worst of the worst.
Brought to you by Mars in the interests of a healthy lifestyle.
Brought to you by Mars in the interest of a healthy lifestyle. Because it's all about calories in and calories out, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly ironic.
Yeah,
it basically
really
saying, Yeah.
Brought to you by Mars in the interests of a healthy lifestyle.
And see, again, like these companies, these food companies, well, these, you can't really call them food companies, can you?
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, corporations still do.
Yeah, that's right. These corporations, they spend far more money on nutritional studies than any university or college or government. You know. So of course, you know, the people funding the science, obviously the science is going to give them what they want, isn't it? Now, here's another one I wanted to go to, Milo.
Yeah, we should start discussing this one. You see, this is one of the big ones, I reckon.
Okay, so
Milo, because it's a cultural institution in this country.
That's right. Milo is one of the biggest. I mean, it's owned by Nestle. Okay, and Milo is always using sporting stars, athletes, to promote their chocolate. Okay, so this is an old one, even from the 60s. Okay, I'll just show you that one. That previous Milo ad was from the 80s. This one's from the 60s, and this is how far back this goes. This is Richie Benaud, who's a famous Australian cricket player.
Idol, Richie Benaud. For energy and zest, Richie relies on his favorite chocolate-flavored tonic food, Milo.
Hi there.
Yeah, chocolate-flavored tonic food. Okay.
Just enjoying some ice Milo. Marvellous what a difference Milo makes to keep you in top form.
It's marvelous what a difference Milo makes. Milo.
Chocolate-flavored tonic food.
Tonic food. I wonder when they dropped the word tonic from the title, because that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And like Richie Benaud's line there, nothing like Milo to keep him in top shape. This stuff
he was an influential cricketer. I mean, he was a big name.
Oh yeah, and for many years afterwards, as a commentator.
Became a commentator and a television star.
Yeah. So I'm just going to
go. Milo's like, it's basically sugar fortified with vitamins, right? It's not even.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd have to be 80% sugar.
Yeah, that's right. 80% sugar. Then you got the seed oils, and all sorts of stuff. So
it doesn't even say chocolate tonic. It says chocolate flavored tonic.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to show you a page of Milo. Okay, and this is actually the plant-based one because it's a vegan-friendly one. Okay, we'll start with that one. Have a look at the nutritional table. Now, you've got. Okay, so it's very low in fat. Okay, so per 20 grams, 1.9 grams of fat. Okay, protein 2.7. So it's very low in protein as well. But of course, then you got. Okay, let's start with the carbohydrates. You know, the top of these. If you go to the nutritional value up on the back of them, they have like these huge letterings saying like how many calories are in it, right? Because it's all about calories, right? They don't want you to count the actual calories, or they don't want you to count what else is in it. But you got carbohydrate. Okay, so 9.1 grams. Then you got sugars, 5.4 grams. Of course, carbohydrates are sugar, right? Then you got lactose, and added sugars and dietary fiber. Fiber is also sugar. Okay, so basically go from carbohydrate all the way down to fiber. This is all the different types of sugars that they've got in there. Okay. Okay, then you got added vitamins and things like that. Okay. Which all sounds great. Okay. But then you go down to
you need to consider where these vitamins are coming from. They're mass produced.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the source of they're basically plant-based sources as well, which means that you're not going to absorb them anyway, and they're highly processed. So there's actually going to be nothing there that your body is going to absorb or get benefit from. But have a look at that, because they always separate these ingredients from the nutritional table, right? And you go down to the ingredients. You've got extract of malt barley. Okay, malt, barley, and rice. Total extract 44%. Cocoa, soluble corn fiber. Okay, so that basically is just more sugar. Then you got soy protein isolate. Okay, now
the
soy,
corn industry loves this sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, it's just sugars, and these things are horribly rancid things. And of course, this is all highly processed afterwards. Like it's not just how they grow it; it's how they process it as well. Then you've got soy protein isolate, okay, which is toxic. And as far as I'm concerned, any soy product is a carcinogenic. There's sunflower oil, okay. The sunflower oil in this is probably used as the lecithin. Okay, they also use soy protein lecithin. So sometimes when they say, like underneath you got allergen info, contains gluten and soy and may contain milk. So usually when they just say, or they don't say in the ingredients, they'll say contains soy. They are using soy lecithin, which is like the bonding between the water and oil products. Okay. And these things are highly toxic. Okay. And of course, that this is in a so-called promoted as a health food. And Milo they make cereals, they make protein bars, they make all sorts of things. And it's not just like Nestle, obviously. Like if you have a look in the aisle of like protein powders and all these other health shops, they'll have the same ingredients. Okay. So this stuff is really rancid, and they're promoting this to children as a health food. It's highly toxic stuff. So now I will show you just another one here. Let me see. They actually tell you what exactly is sugar. Now, what they're trying to tell you is that sugar is energy for the body, and you need to add sugar to your diet because you need the energy to do sports and things like that. Okay. So, and of course, they give you these recipes. Okay, you got Milo plus skim milk. Okay, notice they've got skim milk, right? Because skim milk is low in fat, but also very high in sugars. All right, but fat's the problem. So you're okay because sugar's natural. Fat's not natural apparently. So there you go.
Yeah, they frame sugar as an essential nutrient, which
right.
surely isn't. I haven't had any sugar in 9 months and I've never had more energy in my life.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, really. It really is.
And if anyone's got any questions or anything for us, any international viewers that are curious about Australian food or whatever, please fire questions at us.
Please
That'd be great. I'll stick some cues on there.
Now, I was just talking about soy lecithin there before, so I've just got another little website here. It's got 5 lecithin side effects and why you should avoid it. Okay, I won't go into too much detail, but there is a lot more to it. But this is just a pretty good example.
And it really is in everything, isn't it? When you look at these processed foods in the supermarket,
which is why you have to,
ingredient.
Don't just look at the calorie counter, what they call the nutrient table. All right, go down to the ingredients, which is usually below or around somewhere, and they will always may contain soy, and basically what it would mean to be the soy lecithin. Okay, so may cause diseases and nutrient deficiencies. Okay, because soy and these genetically modified, sort of crops and things like that, they are anti-nutrients. So it actually blocks your body from absorbing nutrients as well. Okay. Increased chance of getting cancer is one big one. Okay. And it certainly does. And it maybe in one small dose is not going to affect you, but the fact is these soy products are in absolutely everything. Even beef jerky. You go to Costco for example, if you have a look at beef jerky, pork jerky, any other kind of meat jerky, all those sauces and everything they add to these jerkies, they all have soy or enhanced with soy proteins and soy lecithin, okay, which means that they are basically carcinogenics. Additionally, soy and soy lecithin okay, so it may lead to birth defects. Okay, so another thing, birth defects, major diseases, cancer. Okay, and may cause allergic reactions. Of course, people have a lot of allergic reactions because they, especially, it's not just the fact that they're soy; they're also, genetically modified crops as well. So it's the processing of these things as well. So that's just another. You should check that out. Actually, it's not too bad. But there's a lot of problems associated with this stuff that, of course, they just don't tell you about.
We got a question.
We got a question.
Just down the bottom. Okay. You're well placed to answer this one, I think, DC. When it comes to
whey. I've been trying to increase my protein. Okay, again, whey protein. Have a look at the ingredients. You're going to find that it is that they use soy lecithin in the whey protein. Now, whey itself is good. It comes from milk. Okay, but the problem is they add a lot of stuff to these whey protein powders. Okay, so flavorings for one. And they also add thickeners such as that come from vegetable gum. Okay, so xanthan, there's like 10 different names for all this sort of stuff, but it all comes from vegetable gum, and they pretty much are just thickeners. Also, the sweeteners that they use will have vegetable gums in the ingredients as well. So you're going to find that. And even these whey protein bars, things like that, they will have some sort of vegetable gum or sweetener or soy lecithin in them. Okay, so I avoid them. Okay, I used to be big on this stuff. I used to take a lot of this stuff, especially when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s. I was into building muscle, obviously, and everything else, sports, and I used whey protein. Whey protein was the most reliable and also very good. But the problem is the stuff that they add to it. You can't get just plain whey protein anymore, unfortunately.
So that's impossible, right? It's really hard to source. Why is that? I mean, you think there'd be a market for that?
Well, it would be. I think now would probably be a better market for it because people are starting to wake up to the fact that all the crap that they add to this stuff, and
Lindy's backstage. DC, sorry to cut you off. But...
If you could produce it, I think you could do pretty well with it. But I don't think it's worth the risk because when you start taking protein shakes, you're not just taking. I mean, you're taking more than one a day usually.
Yeah.
And because it accumulates, it takes time for your body to get rid of these oils, these seed oils, and vegetable gums and everything else. That it just accumulates and just keeps building up and accumulating and accumulating. So I think if you need to eat more protein, eat more steak.
Yeah, that's the answer. Hey, Lindy's backstage.
Hey, Lindy, how you doing?
Get her on.
Didn't see you there, mate. How you doing? All right?
Yeah,
good morning. Happy Australia Day.
Happy Australia Day, Lindy. Good morning.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I had another meeting, a carnival documentary meeting, so I'm jumping on here now. So
that's all right. Yeah, I was supposed to go late too, but I didn't. Yeah,
nice and early.
Yeah, so 8:30 now, so not too bad.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're behind you in Queensland. We're at 7:37. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm an early bird, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I jumped in.
Really early bird.
Yeah, I jumped in when you were talking about Milo. You know, I have never ever looked at the ingredients list, and I'm horrified at all the crap that's in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is what people don't understand about when they look at the ingredients. They usually just look at the calorie chart, you know, or the nutrient chart, but they don't actually look at the ingredients. Like, it's usually a paragraph below it or so, and that's where you get the real information.
Yeah.
Well, part of it anyway.
And it's marketed as a health food. I mean, and it's in, you know, so many household cupboards in this country, you know, and you know, so many kids and teenagers consume that stuff. And,
yeah,
that's right. And again, it's a cultural thing, you know. You sort of fill up the glass of milk and you put heaps of Milo on top and you eat it with the spoon.
It's as Australian as Vegemite.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And Vegemite is the same thing, you know. And of course, you know, everyone thinks Vegemite's healthy as well, but you know, obviously it's vegetable-based sort of vitamins, vitamin Bs, and things like that you can't absorb anyway. So basically, it's just very salty sort of spread.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct. It's just a byproduct from sugar manufacturing, I think. Yeah, yeah. So it's just a way. It's a way of making money from
it's like molasses,
leftover stuff. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I heard that it was scraped out of the bottom of beer barrels. Is that true?
Yeah, because they use it like from yeast. That's right. They actually get it from yeast. That's right. And it's like
yeast extract.
Stuff. Yeah, yeast extract. That's right.
Yeah.
So
there was some truth into that.
Yeah. So again, like, they've been pushing this, vegetable-based stuff for a very, very long time. But you know, Vegemite's really old. So is Milo. You know, like that Richie Deno ad, like from the '60s. Yeah, it's been going for quite some time. You know? And you know, of course, from that time, Australians have been eating less and less meat, and as we eat less and less meat, we've been getting, you know, sicker and fatter the whole time.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So how is meat the problem? You know, when we're eating less and less of it.
Yeah.
Basically, most of our diet now is vegetable based. You know, it's not just like, even if we have like a steak at dinner sort of thing, you know, they have veggies and things like that. But things that we drink, things that we like our sauces and everything like that, all plant based.
Yep.
What do you think of eating natural potatoes for potassium? Okay, potassium. Again, you know, any vegetable nutrient is not going to be absorbed by the body as much as you know, you get from animal. All right. Potassium is one of the highest sources of potassium is bacon. If you need potassium, eat bacon. It's, you know, also comes from salt content as well. You know, eat a good mineral salt, you get potassium from as well. So it's the same as, you know, people eat bananas for the potassium content, whereas, you know, like, you know, again, it's plant based, you don't really absorb it so much. But bacon is like 300 times, I think it's like 200 times more potassium in a slice of bacon than there is in bananas. So you could eat bananas all day long, you're not going to get the potassium that you need.
Yeah, that's what it was, DC. I was telling DC before that I saw a video at the gym suggesting that soybeans were a great source of something, and it was potassium. So this, again, you know, you're at the gym, you got these messages on the screen: eat soybeans for potassium. You know,
we're talking about me and people were talking about that before.
Misinformation. Yeah,
total garbage. You know, you go to the gym and all they're trying to do is push plant-based garbage propaganda on you. You know.
Yeah. It's on the screens there, the internal television system giving you all this rubbish, and then you look at the vending machine and it's full of Quest bars, which are just full of seed oils and other junk.
Well,
and soy lecithin and that's supposedly a healthy environment.
Yeah, actually, I've got a video we can watch on soy as well. I did a little while ago. When they want to, the fact that they put soy into weight loss foods, health foods, and things like that is proof that they want you fat. Okay, when they want to fatten up animals quickly, they feed them soy. If you get say cattle, pigs, chickens, or any animal, okay, they need to build them up quickly. That's why a lot of meat is grain finished, because they fatten them up the last 3 months before they go to processing. Okay, they feed them soy. All right. So how do you go from feeding animals soy to fatten them up to putting soy in every health food product that is supposed to promote weight loss? Right? The fact is, soy affects your thyroid, okay, and even the smallest dose will affect your thyroid gland, and it will you'll start producing body fat.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going,
Well,
going back to potatoes. When I have potatoes, which I've had at my mother-in-law's house, she'll make a nice roast with the veggies, and just to keep it quiet, I just have 1 or 2 little bits of vegetable. That starts the cravings. It's like you have that little piece of potato, and then you want something else, and you want something else, and you've got to chase these cravings away. So, yeah, I don't eat them because I don't want to have to fight the monster again. So,
oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I was like that with grapes. I'd have 1 or 2 grapes, and then it was on.
Yeah,
I would just start going really hard on grapes.
Yeah,
just a complete sugar hit.
Yeah, well, that's right. They keep marketing. You have a look at the last 20 years, like superfoods, right? And they're all grapes and berries and everything, all sugar.
Yeah. Berries are big on the keto scene. It's sort of that's the the thing you can have when it's the low carb fruit for the keto diet. But it's you can't control yourself once you've had 1 or 2, so it's pointless even having them.
Yeah,
that's right. And
that's where that moderator abstainer thing comes in. Like, I'm definitely abstainer. I can't moderate a berry or potatoes or anything. It's just instant craving. Yeah, so I have to abstain.
Yeah, once you start eating sweets of any kind, whether it's fruit or anything else, you start craving more sweet.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
I crave steak. Is that a bad thing?
No way.
I'm craving some steak right now. No, that's a good thing.
I'm still dreaming of that tomahawk I had a couple of weeks ago. I want another one so bad.
They're so good. I was telling DC, I had one last night, which was pretty rare for me because I usually just have the rumps. And oh, it was heaven. It was fantastic.
Actually, I got some. Was it yesterday or the day before? I got some Wagyu steak. Just recently. I tell you that was really good. It was on sale. It was just cheap version, Australian version, but really good. Really good.
Yeah, I saw your video. The price was excellent.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't high in the marbling or anything, but if it's the Wagyu breed, it's going to taste great, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I did buy a ribeye steak.
Bacon? Sorry, you're right, Lindy?
Oh, I did buy a ribeye steak yesterday, so I'm going to have that today.
Oh, nice.
First time I've had a ribeye, so
oh, you love it.
Very good. Not a big bacon lover. Never have about having potassium. Any bacon recipes you guys like?
I don't have bacon at all at home, but I do have it if I go out for breakfast. I'll have bacon and eggs. It's kind of like my treat meal, but I don't feel optimal on bacon. I find I get a bit of indigestion and sometimes a bit of a funny tummy, but it is my go-to if I go out.
Yeah, exactly. Bacon and eggs at a cafe or something, but then you're potentially battling seed oils too, right? I find bacon comes up really well in the air fryer. I've become a real air fryer guy. So bacon in the air fryer is terrific because you can get it nice and crispy pretty quick. Yeah. But I'm the same, Lindy. I don't have a lot of bacon. It's maybe once every month, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that.
I like it. Yeah, I like bacon when it's crispy. Actually, if you can fry it till it's crispy, it's really good. But I think it's a good source of fat as well. I like saving the fat from bacon and then cook the steak in bacon fat is good.
Yeah, bacon and steak together is good. Yeah.
If
you get bacon, eggs, and steak.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad stuff too.
What's that? All Pro vanilla.
Is that a yogurt or something?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a yogurt.
Yeah. You remember like another one? Yeah, like I didn't actually get that commercial, but remember Yoplait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's French for yum.
Full of sugar, full of seed oils.
Yeah.
You know, this stuff is, you know, it's all marketed as health food, you know. It's disgusting. It's vile. Yeah, it's rancid stuff, you know. Happy Oz Day, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't trigger you, then go with it.
That's right.
Yeah, and especially when it's seasonal. I remember I grew up in Scotland, and we had a berry bush in the backyard, and I would just pick them off pick them wild when they were in season, and that's a great memory. I used to really enjoy that. We grew apples too in the backyard, so I'd eat apples seasonally, and just from the back garden.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, if you can grow your own fruit, and like I was the same, like we used to have like my grandparents used to have a big mulberry bush at the backyard. Go and pick up all these mulberries. Like once in a while, it is a seasonal thing. You know?
It's not 365 days a year, exactly. Yeah.
It's not all year. It's not every day. It's not every meal. You know, even cavemen, ate seasonal fruits and they used to love it. They used to even ferment it and make alcohol. Tribes used to do the same thing, but again, it's not every day.
That's the whole point of it. You're meant to eat seasonal fruits to gain the fat to keep yourself going through the winter or whatever it is, and
that's right.
Knock your body in and out of sugar burning to ketosis, and that we're naturally designed for that.
That's right.
100%.
Yeah, we didn't so much hibernate, but we needed those fat stores to get us through the famine period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a physiological purpose. It is part of the evolutionary process to eat those seasonal fruits.
So I'm just going to show you this peanut M&Ms. Okay. These things are absolutely rancid. All right. Now, of course, you see. Have a look at the page. Of course, you see that the big nutritional facts there, and they've got in big bold letters. Calories 140 for the whole, just this little 10-ounce sort of packet. Okay, and then you've got in fine, it's always in very fine print. Next to it is the ingredients. Okay, so let's have a look at this. See, obviously, fat is low, so it's got to be good for you, right?
Yeah, they put that first.
Yeah. Cholesterol 0, it's healthy, no cholesterol. Then you've got fiber, which is carbohydrates, fiber, which is more sugars. So total, sugars. They even admitted total sugars there, 26%. Okay, then you've got pretty much nothing else. But it's got potassium if you want potassium and iron. Jesus, unbelievable. But have a look at this. Okay, so like I was talking about before with the vegetable gums. Okay, so
this is bad.
Okay, so ingredients: milk chocolate, sugar chocolate, skim milk, cocoa butter, not so bad too. Okay, here we go: lactose, milk fat, peanuts. Okay, so peanuts are obviously bad. Soy lecithin, as I was talking about before, is carcinogenic. Salt, natural flavor. Okay, so again, when I say natural flavor, like it's flavored, like it tastes like natural, basically. Peanuts, sugar, cornstarch, there's another one. Less than 1% of palm oil, another one. Corn syrup, dextrin, corn syrup, dextrin. These are just other names for sugars, and other problems, Colors include blue one, of course. You have all the different colors, but yellow, red, and all the rest of it, which are illegal in other countries like Europe and places like that.
Yeah, they're terrible for your gut.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Then we got carnauba wax. Okay, well, I'm going to show you what carnauba wax is in just a minute. Then you got gum acacia. Now, this is again comes from vegetable gum. So there's all these different types of thickeners, okay, that come from vegetable gum. There's all these different types of sugars, and of course these seed oils, okay, and more than one. You've got corn, you've got soy, and others. Okay, so again, it goes down to the bold. Okay, it goes allergy information contains peanuts, milk, and soy. All right. Now, marketing these as you know, a snack for children and everyone else, obviously, but have a look at that. That's just toxic. It is absolutely toxic. Now, what I found funny about this is that carnauba wax. Okay, I want to show you another use for carnauba wax. Okay, this one is going to make you laugh. Okay. California bold pure Brazilian carnauba wax. It's a car polish. Okay.
Wow. I bet it's a really effective car polish too. I bet it's fantastic.
It is actually. It is a car polish.
Yeah.
It is a very, very good car polish. Mother's is like with Maguire's and that they always use carnauba wax, and it is very, very effective. They use it. It's so good they use it for show cars and things like that.
There you go.
Okay. So basically, you are eating. It's not just the seed oils and other, carcinogenics and everything. You are eating car wax. All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's crazy. All right. This is the crap that they put into these things is unbelievable. I'm going to show you something else that might make you laugh. If you do a Google search of carnauba wax, they actually market this as vegan food. Okay, so like the first three, okay, 100% natural vegan, wholesale oils.
Vegetable wax.
Okay, yeah, it's a vegetable wax. Gillies Australia carnauba wax flakes. Okay, and then of course number 3 is car wax. All right, this is crazy.
Yeah. One of the common thickeners, which is in Australia is listed as an ingredient 471. Is actually carrageenan or carrageenan, however it's pronounced, which is a seaweed extract, which I'm highly allergic to. So I have to judiciously avoid ingredient 471.
Most of these chemicals
seaweed
people are allergic to. We don't necessarily break out in like hives or skin conditions or anything like that from an allergic reaction. The fact is, all of these things are chemicals derived from plants, man-made, heavily processed, that we are basically all allergic to, that manifest in diseases, like diabetes and all the rest of it.
It's a slow poison, slow death.
That is exactly right. You see, they've got us living, they've got us dying slowly enough that we think we are living. Basically, that's what it is. It's a slow death.
And then you just blame it on getting old.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, 1 year ago, I was super unhealthy, and I was already accepting the fact that I was on a downward spiral. I thought, at the age of 47, I was like, well, I've probably got another 15 good years in me. That's how bad I felt. I felt so physically awful.
The aches and pains are because you've got a few kilos on or getting old, but it's actually the inflammation build up from all this crap.
It was all inflammation, and now I feel like I'm in my 30s again.
Yeah.
What a
I'm the same. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I feel great. And I mean, even after everything I've been through with chemotherapy and everything like that, blood cancer, I feel very young. Young
again.
And
I mean, yesterday I was jumping around, I was in and out of the pool, and then I went to the gym and did a massive workout, and just so much bloody energy.
It's really good. But it's just what the natural diet is. I mean, we are cleaning our bodies, and it's amazing. Like I say this many times, but it's amazing how we got used to feeling like crap. You know?
Oh yeah, and you just accept it. That becomes, I've said this before, that becomes your baseline.
That's
you just accept that, and you blame it on age, you blame it on genetics, a variety of factors. The fact that you're probably not that active. Just once you start eating this way, things change.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Here's a
Oh,
good
wow.
suggestion. Yeah, Dr. Paul Mason, he's great. Video on ice cream and other frozen desserts that contain, which promotes certain bacteria rapidly multiply. Yeah, it can kill people. Yeah,
I'll check that
exactly
out.
Right.
Love Paul Mason. I'll have a look at that one.
Yeah. If you think about like there used to be like ice cream vendors that they'd sort of go out, they'd have all this bring your ice cream out to the through the streets and that in Melbourne and Brisbane.
Mr. Whippy.
Yeah,
Mr.
like
Whippy
places.
Yeah.
But the gases and everything that they put into these and ingredients now that they put into ice cream is just they are absolutely rancid. And of course, highly addictive because they're full of sugars and which everything that we love. But they're also full of these toxic chemicals that so processed that it's disgusting. It really is. So, but I do have actually a good example of a good ad as well.
Oh wow, that's rare.
Yeah, it's very few and far between. So I've only got the one, but this one is actually pretty funny and pretty accurate. So I'll just show you that.
Country people certainly can teach us a lot about
Oh, yeah.
natural food. Oh, not like that pretend cow, which makes pretend butter out of processed oil, artificial colouring, artificial flavouring, preservatives, stabilisers. But real butter is simply pure dairy cream, so it's better. Okay, the country really does teach us a lot about nature. Think about what you're eating. You'll come back to butter. It's only natural.
Fantastic. Love a bit of Peter Russell Clark. What a legend.
I remember that. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a great message, eh?
That's actually a good message, and that how few and far between is that. When was the last time you saw a good eat steak commercial?
It's been a while. I mean, lamb gets a bit of a push in this country, and that's about it. And there's obviously the lamb industry must have a few bucks to spend, but that's only a seasonal thing. That's around this time of year, right? There's the Sam
around
Kepich
Christmas.
ads. Where lamb gets a bit of a push, but that's it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's the only time it's ever pushed. Yeah, around Christmas time, lamb or even ham. Is pushed around Christmas time. But that is about it,
never beef, never steak, never.
No, that's very taboo. You don't advertise eating meat. It's full of fat, saturated fat, even though it's only a very small percentage of meat is actually saturated fat.
Yeah, 55% unsaturated fat in actual fact.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Very demonized.
Yeah, very much so. And anything healthy is demonized. Actually, there's something else I was trying to put together this morning. I'll come back to that in a sec. What I hate about the solutions, or the solution that is added to meat, usually 30% of the product, I'm paying good money, for them to add chemicals to something that should be just meat. Right. And you'll notice you can tell the difference if you buy a meat and start cooking and it has like all this fluid come out of it, all this water come out of it, when you're cooking, that is because it's full of this solution. Okay. And you'll notice like I used to pass it off as because it was frozen, you put it back in the pan and all this water would come out of it. But it's actually not water. This meat is full of solution. So it's, I won't mention the store I used to get that from, but
that's a concern.
Yeah, that's a big concern. But they do that to add weight, for example. So you're basically getting half of what you're paying for. Like I used to go to this place as a supermarket with a butcher in it, and like they market all this so-called fresh meat, and it was full of solution. So you get like a kilo of this meat, and you take it home, and you cook it, and the steak's actually like half the size it was when you put it in the pan. So obviously that was full of solution. So you got to be wary of that. You know, your meat should not shrink that much after cooking.
So I mean, like, so the stuff we get from Coles and Woolies, for example, would that be high in this solution stuff?
I'm not sure. I don't buy from there, but maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm going to start doing some research into that. That's
if you find that, if you find there's a lot of fluid or a lot of liquid comes out while you're cooking, that's probably because it's full of fluid. Solution.
I have mine delivered from our local butcher. He's really fussy from where he sources his beef and that. So
that's good.
I feel really safe with him. So I get it delivered fortnightly. Yeah.
Oh, that should be good then.
Yeah, that's the way to go, Lindy. That's terrific.
I'd rather support small local butchers than a big super chain.
No, totally.
Sometimes, I mean, if you don't know about that solution stuff, you think it's either water or blood or stuff like that, but it's actually a solution they put in to volumize the meat, and it's just rancid stuff too. So So there's a lot of things you got to be careful about. So if you can find a good place, find a good butcher or rancher. And I mean, if you can, it's not very easy to do, especially if you live in the city. But find a good butcher. That's a little bit easier to do. Me and Pete will be taking out to show you next week a good butcher as well. So
nice.
Yep. We're gonna get together in real life and make a video together. So that's gonna be great fun.
That'd be cool.
The first time you guys are meeting? First time you guys? Awesome.
A proper in real life collaboration. Yeah, have fun.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So there's actually I was coming back to actually some recent studies. I found some studies actually go back from the 90s, which I have mentioned before. Actually, studies in the 90s showed that low cholesterol diets actually cause depression, anxiety, and all these other things. And they've known this for some time. There's these studies, even the 90s, back in 2011 and 2019, they did some comprehensive studies that actually show low cholesterol diet causes this. But recently, there have been studies that I've found that have shown that all-cause mortality is higher in low cholesterol diets, and I think one of the reasons would be because vitamin D3 actually is a hormone that is produced in cholesterol by cholesterol. Okay. Vitamin D3 we need, as most people need, we need for our immune system. We need for absorption of other nutrients and vitamins, and we also need for it's our natural sunblock. It's our body's natural sunblock. We produce it and we excrete it when we're out in the sun. We don't actually get it from the sun. We get it from the food and from our cholesterol, and our body produces it and excretes it, and it's our body, our natural sunblock. But it's also our first line of defense from infection, diseases included. Okay, but there's these recent study concluded that low cholesterol diet increases the risk of cancer, as well as mental disorders such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and things like that. So I'm working on something a bit more detail into that. But a low cholesterol diet is not only unhealthy, it's dangerous for the way you think, the way you feel emotionally, and for all-cause mortality and diseases, major diseases. And I think, these, it's probably one of the causes that led to my blood cancer as well, because I was always on a very lean meat diet, so very low cholesterol. Most of the meat I used to eat when I was in 20s and 30s was just lean chicken breast.
Yeah.
So this is a very big thing, and cholesterol is especially as we get older. We need more and more cholesterol. It's 60% of our brain basically is cholesterol. Okay, so our thought process, everything goes with that.
Yeah,
so,
you need it to transmit messages through the brain.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And everything that you do, and like I said, like hormone production is vital. That's where you get cholesterol. You also produces other hormones like testosterone. Okay, so testosterone is vital for a good health, and it actually also proven the higher your testosterone levels, the lower your risk of cancer. So again, it all comes down to cholesterol. A higher cholesterol diet will lower your risk of these diseases. There's a lot of great information about this stuff out there, and I'm trying to put as much of it together as I can. Another good doctor for, let me see, the naughty nutritionist, you should look up Dr. I forget her name. Actually, I'll show you a little bit of a plug here for one of my videos, but here, go and have a look at this video about soy. It has Dr. Chris Kenobi in it, Dr. Chafee, and Dr. Kayla Daniel. Okay, Dr. Kayla Daniel speaks out. She's also calls herself the nutritionist.
I'm going to do a bit of a preview, really.
But she speaks a lot about soy and the damages that soy causes.
Safe in the food supply, and I'm here to let you know that soy.
Okay, so have a look.
It is generally recognized as safe in the food supply. And I'm here to let you know that soy protein isolate, soy protein concentrate, and other soy protein products have never received official safe food status. Now, how can that be? Most foods that were in the food supply prior to 1958 were grandfathered in. But here's the thing: soy protein isolate and other soy proteins were not then used as food. They were used as binders and sealers with cardboard packaging. That's right. Industrial uses, not in the food supply. Fast forward ahead to 1979, the SCOGS Committee, the Select Committee on Gross Substances, was investigating soy, and they did not like what they were finding. What were they finding? Carcinogens such as nitrosamines and toxins such as lysinoalanines that appear in soy protein isolate as a result of modern industrial food processing methods. And here's the thing: they were not concerned about how much of these carcinogens and toxins we would get from eating soy, because back then nobody was thinking about soy as a staple food, much less as a health food. No, here's the thing: they were thinking about soy protein isolate flaking off the cardboard box and getting into the Cheerios or other food product that you were going to eat. That was their concern.
Yeah, see,
there you go.
This is rancid stuff. Anything that has soy in it is toxic. And like Big Todd just said, soy equals man boobs. Yeah, it does. You get man boobs because of the hormone. It affects your thyroid and your hormone production. Okay, so people will give you all these. For example, like the fitness industry is one of the worst offenders, really, because all these products, like I was talking about before, all these protein powders, nut bars, and all these other crap, they all have these soy products in them. And then they give you these exercises, how to get rid of man boobs, do these different exercises. And I guarantee you can have the biggest pec muscles in the world, but you're still going to, if you're eating soy products, you're still going to have man boobs. Okay. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, that is just like the least of your problems when it comes to soy. Okay. It is absolutely rancid, toxic garbage. And especially, that they're heavily processed, and they're all GMO crops now anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what, guys, we've been going for. If you've got any more questions, lay some questions on us. But if not, I thought we might finish up and watch a few more Aussie ads, and see what you think.
A bit more nostalgia, unhealthy nostalgia.
Unhealthy nostalgia, a bit of propaganda for you.
Yeah. Bit of indoctrination.
What's that one? That's Melbourne. I'm gonna see which one's which now. Here we go.
Kellogg's.
Oh, what a great one to go back to. Cornflakes, Kellogg's, Sanitarium, all the rest of it. The 7-day Adventist, wood chips. Basically, you're eating wood chips. Okay. Actually, I found a good video on, speaking of wood chips, shredded cheese. Okay. Now, all shredded cheese, they have products added to them to stop them from clumping together into one lump of cheese. Okay. And one of the products that they use is wood chips. Okay. Is pulp, wood pulp. Okay. So basically, what you're eating when you get shredded cheese is wood pulp, and they also have other soy products added to them as well. Okay, and drugs that are basically prescription only as well, which I will go into detail on pretty soon. Actually, I'll show you some of that later.
Maybe it's because each kernel of corn.
Now, I remember, I'm not sure if many of you know that Kellogg himself, like Dr. Kellogg, he was actually some pretty interesting information about Kellogg. He grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist. He was a typesetter for, I forget that woman's name, the so-called visionary. But he contracted mumps as a child and was left. Basically, he couldn't perform. He couldn't get an erection the rest of his life, which led he was a very frustrated, cranky man that just he wanted to circumcise the entire planet. Okay. And he came up with these things like Kellogg's cornflakes made from corn and everything like that, and obviously wood chips, to try and stop people from masturbating, try and stop people from having sexual urges. And his basic philosophy was that people should only have sex once a year and only to produce an offspring. Okay.
What a loony.
But surely it's the simple, refreshing.
The man is basically Bill Gates with a cereal company.
Yeah. The OG Bill Gates.
Yeah.
What do you call a snack? It's made from real fruit. And there's a whole
real fruit.
Roll-ups. I remember
roll-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Toby's. Now, a lot of people will know Uncle Toby's for their rolled oats. Okay.
Porridge.
And porridge and things like that, which, porridge was a big staple breakfast for us, many Australians. It was for me when I was growing up. But
yeah, me too.
Oats Oats are a very, very strong anti-nutrient that will stop you absorbing vitamins, minerals, and everything that your body needs, especially things like iron and the rest of it. So you're basically just chemically, castrating your body and becoming nutrient deficient.
Oh,
But here you have Uncle Toby's telling you that these little sugar roll-up things are real fruit.
Wonder who Uncle Toby was.
Anyone for
Another Bill Gates.
What's his story?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh,
Question: is there a chemical name they use for the wood pulp in the ingredient? Yes, there is actually. Let me have a look. I'll see if I can find it for you. There is actually a video I was watching this morning was quite good on it. I'll send you over. It's actually a cooking channel, but she. I think I'll have to get back to you on the actual name. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Shredded cheese. I just found this video. Okay, have a look at this lady. This she does a cooking channel actually, but this one particular video. Okay, so
contains a
come on now.
Were you aware that the cheese that you probably use on a
Okay, YouTube's not playing.
Classic Aussie internet right there.
Yeah.
cellulose is actually
Country's waking up.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to start shutting us down soon. So. Okay, well, she was just going on about this ingredient, and
maybe post the link in the chat so everyone.
Yeah,
this particular drug is used for certain eye conditions. And when used for eye conditions, it can only be obtained through a doctor's prescription. It's used in our cheese to cut down on mold and yeast. But nitomycin is a prescribed drug. Nitomycin is in shredded cheese. This is why you hear me and other people say, don't use pre-shredded cheese. It doesn't matter the brand. It doesn't matter the flavor or the type of cheese. It all has natomycin. It also has powdered cellulose. Take a look.
That's what it's called. Powdered cellulose.
Yeah. Ivana got it right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it, but powdered cellulose, okay, is basically wood pulp. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's what. Yeah. So whenever you see cellulose, okay, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about wood pulp and wood chips and that sort of stuff. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's.
Wasn't that a John Williamson song? Rip Rip Wood Chip. There we go. There's another Aussie. Remember that song, guys? Rip Rip Wood Chip. John Williamson.
Much flavor on a chip.
Yeah, that's right.
I know it.
Yeah.
Here's the Vegemite ad. All plant-based carbs, you know. Like,
very thick servings of Vegemite on those.
I know.
Yeah, it's
the Vitabrit biscuits with the holes in it. You squeeze down the butter and
that's another
Vegemite
icon.
Yeah, so it's an Australian icon, you know, Vegemite.
To feed the
Basically
family,
just
you want value plus, like
absolute
Pizza
crap.
Value Plus meal deal. Any
Pizza
huge
Hut.
family-sized pizza, plus 2 garlic breads, plus a bottle of Pepsi, plus, wait for it, 12 fun-sized Mars bars.
No, wait for it.
Oh my god. Yeah,
look at that.
All carbs, all sugars, all
What a
seed
bunch
oil.
of junk.
Oh my god. Unbelievable.
I'm just mad about caramel.
Cadbury's.
Beads of gum leaves.
Caramello koala. Yeah.
And all of my friends, they agree.
I mean, if we could go into, like we did with the Milo and the peanut M&Ms, it's all the same though. We could dissect each one of these ads, how much poison is in these foods. That would take all day, honestly.
The gum that they must use to make that caramel,
or on the woodland breeze.
Stretchy.
It shines upon the
That's
wetlands or high among the trees.
Veggie gum.
It's hiding in the forest. It sparkles in the stream, making sure that things are just the way they ought to be. It's Yowie Power. Now, new from Cadbury, come milk chocolate Yowie. Inside every Cadbury Land Yowie, there's
I don't know this one.
with a fact sheet that tells you all about it.
Yeah, the Yowies, they always give, you remember the same as like the Kinder Surprise and things like that? They
Kinder Surprise.
Toys for the kids. Yeah, so they have to eat chocolate because they always want to collect. The kids always want to collect all of the toys that come with it. Yeah, so you have to eat, all those chocolates or sweets or Happy Meals or whatever else that come with it.
Yeah.
It's marketing genius. It really is, because they know kids want every single one of them. They can't. They're not happy with just one of them.
This is all food. Food as a commodity, not as nutrition.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's a commodity and not nutrition anymore.
Yeah.
And of course, the commercials, they say, "Oh, look, these young, fit, healthy people dancing around, drink all this crap and eat all this crap food. Look at them, it must be okay."
Yeah.
6 pieces of chicken and take away 2 drinks for nothing.
It's KFC's great free drinks offer, but you better be quick. Today's KFC, I like it like that.
Yeah, we have KFC too.
Yeah.
It's curried egg. I know, it's my favourite. Yeah, but what about your breath?
Actually, what comes with this is a little trick. I'll tell you.
PK. PK has that clean, fresh taste.
I remember
And a
these
freshness
too.
burst that
Yeah,
refreshes
the
your
old
breath.
PK chewing gum.
Yeah. That's when they use sugar and gum.
Yeah, that's where you get the veggie gum and xanthan and all that sort of that crap in there. Okay.
Yeah.
But I will tell you though, with the chewing gum, when I was going through treatment, I had a lot of like my mouth would be swollen with ulcers and sores because of the chemotherapy, and it was extremely painful, and like could not eat, could not drink any fluids or anything like that. But chewing gum would numb my mouth. If I started chewing gum, it would make my mouth numb enough that I could drink some fluid. Whether that was it was kind of a good thing at the time, but obviously not a healthy thing. If it's doing that to your mouth, I'm just wondering what else it does.
PK
Obviously, full of
and
vegetable
a
gum
freshness
and
burst that refreshes your breath.
those hard candy shell things, like the M&Ms that have canola wax. Okay, so obviously it probably has the canola wax in it as well.
2 super big wings. They're extra big. And now a special school holiday bonus.
Yeah, it's Aussie as you get it, isn't it?
50 cents.
Yeah.
And at 50 cents, this cuts all right. $2.49.
Chippy.
Is a gobble dog.
Gobble dog.
He comes from Dog, the potato planet, and lives solely on fresh potato crisps. Crisps with real potato taste. Gobble dogs love Smiths, especially the new packs with a special seal of freshness that keeps Smiths even fresher and tastier.
Chippy.
From now on, best lock up your Smiths. In case of gobble dogs. What is it about Smith's crinkle-cut potato
Out of all these
crisps that make
commercials,
them so irresistible?
how many have been on meat?
None. Or it's like KFC
Chicken.
meat. Yeah, chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
Yeah.
Cheap
Well,
and,
apart from
Friday.
Hungry Jack's, KFC or Red Rooster, okay, which are all deep fried, in seed oils and I don't know if you can really debate, that the hamburgers are actually beef. compared to something else. But apart from that, absolutely zero.
Let's have a Kit Kat. When you have a break, have a Kit Kat. Wafer fingers covered in smooth milk chocolate. So
Well, that's Australian ads,
so delicious.
commercials.
Oops. Go on. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Well done, Irene. That's a good accomplishment.
Oh, Minties. My gosh.
Yeah, I remember Minties. They were great. As when I was a kid, I did like all those Allen sweets, you know?
Yeah.
Your kids know better than to accept.
It's a good way to lose your fillings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really get cavities.
And the fantails, you know?
Well, good morning, Posty. Thank you. You know, you ought to relax a while. Here, see how the thick Cadbury's milk chocolate melts into the dreamy caramel. I love birthdays, don't you? Take it easy with Cadbury's caramel.
Fish carnival, great. Pizza, you're welcome. Pizza Hut, you're welcome, Australia. Yeah, thanks for nothing. KFC, all the rest of all these American and
yeah, McDonald's is all
McDonald's and all the rest.
All come from the States practically.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for nothing, guys.
Cherry ripe, a big cherry taste.
Big cherry taste. Yeah, Coca-Cola again. You think how much money that goes into producing these ads?
Yeah.
And to push these chemicals onto us, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, they're not going to. I mean, obviously they push a lot of influencers and fake studies and everything like that to push their product.
But their campaigns for a while were sort of, you know, really paid attention to by society. You know, like you know, I'd like to teach the world to sing, and they had all these sort of big,
that's right,
big sort of cultural moments.
Yeah.
Never fear, Fredo to the rescue! Whoa! Now there's new Luna Malt Fredo, covered in delicious Cadbury Dairy Milk Chocolate.
And more Kellogg's Cocoa Pops.
Oh my gosh. Just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, clever marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of advertising executives that would have made a fortune during this period as well, during the you know.
Yeah.
And they used to make chocolate crackles for parties, all the kids' birthdays. Remember chocolate crackles? I think that was rice puddles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cooking breakfast. Jesus.
Big breakfast.
I remember me and my friends, like when I was doing triathlon and marathon and that sort of stuff, me and my friends we'd go for a long ride on a Sunday. We might do 200-300 kilometer ride. But we'd all go to McDonald's and get their pancakes and heaps of syrup for breakfast. That would be our energy for the ride.
Yeah.
Just sheer stupidity.
Oh, man. A great way to make your milk very unhealthy.
Yeah, that's right. Let's make make the milk unhealthy and addictive to the kids.
Sugar and color.
I think we might just read those ads there. Eh?
Yeah.
Cool, refreshing Sprite. The greatest tasting lemon.
Do you know what?
The
one interesting thing is like none of that has created any temptation in me whatsoever. Like, you know, I look at it all as just rubbish.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of those from when I was little, and I'd be watching these ads and thinking, I want to be like that when I grow up. I want to have a fun life with all these fantastic looking people, you know, good looking people around me. And, you know, obviously that didn't happen.
Funny that. Yeah.
This is not
they sold us a lie.
Unlike healthy, nourishing wood chips. Yeah.
Nothing like a bit of wood chip.
Yeah.
You need the fiber, don't you? You need the fiber.
I collected all the toys: diabetes, congestive heart failure, morbid obesity, depression, and anxiety. The whole collection. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you collect all those toys and you get all those diseases with it. So the diseases come for free. So
yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's what you get.
Yeah. That's what you
and
get.
You don't get a free set of steak knives either, which is
No.
So let's talk about what was your food like when you were growing up? How about you, Lindy?
Oh, I came from an Italian background, so we had a lot of pastas and they ate well. My grandmother cooked everything from scratch, so we didn't have a lot of takeout when we were young. It was all really good food, but a lot of it, there was a reason to celebrate. Meals were just everyone sits down as a family. It was always a celebration. So there was an abundance of food.
Yeah, that's good.
And the whole family was big. It was just, for me, it was normal. The whole family was large. So I didn't sort of feel any different. Friends would come over. Everyone in my life has been large.
Yeah.
So,
the thing is too, when you like, I don't know for you, but you know, when you get like Italian or Asian food here in Australia, it's all like the Australian version of that food.
It's nothing like your Nana cooks.
Yeah.
Nana cooks like the best.
No, that's right.
It was all fresh and fresh produce and all that. But
Yeah.
the stuff you buy now at those restaurants and that, it's not. You can
that's
definitely
right.
taste the difference.
Yeah,
I bet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How about you, Pete?
So, you know, born mid-70s, so, you know, I remember the first sort of 10 years of my life being pretty good. Same, you know, not Italian background, Scottish background, but still my gran, she looked after us a lot and she cooked for us a lot. So, you know, that's where I developed my love of things like liver and blood sausage and, you know, she'd make potato scones and, you know, with butter and it was really, you know, really pretty good. And if you look at pictures of me as a sort of pre-12-year-old, I was quite a lean kid. And then moved from that environment to Australia in the late 80s. And that's when I guess the Americanization of, you know, food in Australia was happening. So you had, you know, I'd gone from a country with no fast food, no real junk. And all of a sudden we were in this country that had McDonald's and it had all that, and Pizza Hut and all that kind of stuff. And because we just moved, I think my parents were keen to keep us happy and give us treats and stuff. So we ended up spending a lot of time at Pizza Hut and McDonald's, and you really went through the entire menu. And I got fat as a kid really quickly. So, you know, it's all documented in photographs at the time, but it only took about 6 months for me to go from being a lean kid to quite a chubby kid.
Yeah.
And I stayed that way through my entire teenage years.
Yeah.
So it had a marked impact on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like junk food, obviously, like we've seen like through the commercials there, it's been quite big in Australia for some time, like the last, you know, 50 years. And, you know, I remember when like Pizza Hut used to be a restaurant. Now it's just a little takeaway delivery place. But, you know, they used to have these big restaurants. And
and they had a buffet and you could all you can eat type
all
stuff.
you can eat. Yeah.
That's right.
I
All you
remember
can eat pizza. Yeah. So, you know, and it was great. You know, we used to love going there when we were kids, you know, because you didn't know any better. But yeah, so
Yeah, I remember it well. It was quite a it was a weekly event at the least for us, and getting the all-you-can-eat pizza, and the waitress would bring it out on trays, and you just keep just eating and eating, and the soft drinks.
Yeah.
Then you go to the dessert bar at the end, and you'd be dispensing your own ice cream, and then adding marshmallows to that, and that was
it's exactly right. The dessert bars
yeah.
and the drink bars that came with it too. Like it wasn't just the pizza you were eating. Especially when you're a kid, you don't sit there and drink water. You get
it was
all the sweet drinks.
All sweet
all
drinks,
the soda drinks. Yeah.
And I can actually still remember the feeling of being full. That feeling of being bloatedly full. Not satiated. It's a very different feeling.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
very uncomfortable full. When
you're
satiated on fat and beef, like you're comfortably full, and you feel comfortable afterwards. But with like the pizza and the stuff, mostly the soft drinks, the soda drinks, or beer's the same. You're just bloated. You have this very uncomfortable, just bloated, full of air. It just feels it's horrible.
Yeah, I was
that
never a big beer
feeling
drinker.
didn't last. That feeling didn't last either. Like in a couple of hours, you'd be searching for more after that, and it's like after such a huge meal, how can you be hungry? Like I don't think it is. I think it's just a grain, or you just want
you're craving more of that sugar hit. It's just yeah.
Well, that's right. All the bloating's gone in an hour, right? And you're not. I mean, your body's still looking for more nutrients because you didn't get any actual nutrients from that food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your body craves nutrients. It doesn't crave calories. So, and then you get that, and plus you want that sugar hit. You want that sugar hit again and again.
And this is when the commercials get you, because you see all these fantastic commercials and people having fun and brilliant lives, and it's like, I've got a packet of Tim Tams.
Healthy and
that's right. And the animated, when you're a kid, the animations were always really special. Like the Caramel Koala is actually alive. Like there's that cartoon character, And it's really tragic.
You had genius marketing.
Yeah,
really. It was terrible, but it was genius at the same time. It's very effective marketing. Yeah,
brilliant but deadly.
Exactly.
Grew up on dairy farms. Milk was my stay. Oh, that's great. I mean, that'd be brilliant. If we could all grow up on a cattle farm or dairy farm, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be so great.
Be an awesome life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reading Bypass's comment right there.
Three things in home growing up. One, meat, potatoes, noodles were a must for dinner. And Mum always had Pepsi hidden at all times. Good. There was also a stash of Snickers somewhere. Have a look at those Snickers ads. They haven't changed actually. Like there's I do have another old commercial of I think it's called like a something swirl bar or something like that, but it's exactly like a Snickers bar. It's got the nougat, it's got nuts, it's got the all the crap on top, and then it's coated in caramel, and then the chocolate on top. It's exactly the same as the Snickers. And even the commercials, like this is in the 60s here in Australia. It's the exact same ad. Like you're not yourself when you're hungry, So like and you look at the like maybe a decade ago, the Snickers ad, a guy falls off his bicycle and he's like a cranky old man from Home and Away. Then he has a Snickers bar. You're not yourself when you're hungry, and then gets back up on the bike and off he goes, sort of thing.
But you're not even hungry. They're talking about being low on sugar, basically. Low blood sugar is what they're alluding to.
Low blood sugar,
yeah.
And they're saying like the nutrition you get from like that Snickers bar keeps you going. You have to be kidding me. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It'll give you a sugar rush for 10 minutes and then
like a dopamine hit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It lights up your brain.
Yeah. It doesn't last long though, and then you want another.
No, it lasts about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds good. My sister used to work at Pizza Hut many years ago, and if parents let their kids eat till their kids vomit, yeah, she would make the parents clean it up. Good one. Yeah, make them clean it up.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's
Yeah,
what's terrible about that is the parents would actually do that. They would let their kids just eat and eat and eat with no concern.
Until they threw up.
Because you were getting your money's worth.
Yeah, that's right.
It was the same with Sizzler. Sizzler was exactly the same.
Yeah, Sizzler's another one. That's another all you can eat, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that's really
we don't have those anymore.
No, they disappeared. Yeah,
yeah.
There's an old one around the corner from me, and that's been repurposed into an all-you-can-eat Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've kept the paradigm going, but it's all you can eat rubbish. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just it really is horrible stuff when you think about it. All right, well, guys, I think we've been going for just over an hour and a half, so we might call it a day.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a long one.
Wish everyone a very happy Australia Day. And again, you've seen some of the commercials from our past, and obviously you see the junk food boom that hit us relatively early compared to Europe. Like Pete was saying, like when he came over from Scotland, they didn't have a whole lot of junk food.
No, there was one McDonald's in the UK. There was a McDonald's in London, and that was it.
Yeah,
and then we came here, and it was everywhere. So
that's right. But you can definitely see like from the pictures, the footage from Melbourne and Sydney, just in a few like 50 years, the health condition of people in general has changed dramatically. They were all slim looking, healthy looking, and they were walking a lot. They were active, obviously not glued to the TV, and not living on junk food. And we didn't have the seed oil problems that we do now, which is the big problem. It's not just like I was showing with all that soy and the sunflower oil and all the rest of that crap. It's not just the sugar that's the problem. In many cases, most people actually their sugar levels, consumption is actually going down. But overall carbs and the seed oils, that's what's really increasing a lot. So that's a big problem.
Yeah, huge.
Any Australia Day messages, Pete, Lindy?
Oh, I just hope everyone enjoys the day off. Yeah, have a great day off. Get some sun. Get outside if you can. Spend time with your families. Which I'm
Australia Day traditionally is a day for everyone to get together and have a good barbecue. Okay, eat as much meat as you can, and enjoy the sun. Go to the beach, have a barbecue. You don't have to drink beer to go with the barbecue.
Not at all. Steak's enough. Or some lamb, whatever you've got.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the day a lot better with just meat.
Meat and water.
I'm going to go and make some noise and wake my family up. They're all still in bed. Slackers.
Get up.
Get up. I want to go for drives. I'm going to wake them up.
Well, I hope you have a good day, Lindy.
Just another word, again, Australia Day is about everyone who lives in Australia. It's about everyone being when you live in Australia, the same as when you live in America or the UK. When I live in Japan, I'm Japanese. Okay. When I live in Australia, I'm Australian. It's same when you're in America. When you live in America, you are American, and that's the way it is. There's no point getting up in arms about who is what and who's that and this and that. We're all just Australian. We're all just trying to make our way through life. We're all just learning to live. Okay, because no one's an expert on life. Okay, so we're all just trying to do our best. Right, so have a great day, and hopefully you have a great year afterwards as well. All right. See you, everyone.
See you, everyone.
Thanks
Goodbye.
for joining us, Dave. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.